Hi, this is Jim. I hope you're having a great Labor Day weekend. We're going to look at some stocks I'm looking at for the Premium Stock Newsletter. Um, this stock is trading right at 650 right now, and we're going to go long if this high is taken out. And what I'm going to do is if it trades down into this gap, it made this gap up. If it trades into the gap, then I'm going to move our buy stop down on it. So either we're going to get stopped into this stock if it trades above this high, or if it trades down into the gap, I'll probably bring the buy stop down and we'll try to get stopped into it as it moves up, so at a lower price. Now that's a $6 stock. I think that stock has great upside potential. I mean, you can see that big gap up. Now on the longer term chart of that stock, you can see that it made a cup with handle here, and it broke out, and that was the big gap up, big volume. So I think that stock has a lot of upside potential. That's when I have a trade out for right now in the Premium Stock Newsletter. Here's another stock that is breaking out to new highs. And on this software I use, Track and Trade, when the bulls and bears, when the bars are green, that's bullish. And you can see it made a big gap up. It is breaking out to new highs. So what I have for this weekend's stock newsletter, I have the buy stop just above this high. This is trading right at 846 right now, so we're going to go long about 860. I put it just a little above that high to make sure that it does trade a little higher. And on the weekly chart, you can see the bulls and bears has got that on a buy signal, and actually we're breaking out to a new high on a weekly time frame. So we're breaking out to a new high on a weekly time frame and on a daily time frame on this $8 stock, and that's what I have in my Premium Stock Newsletter right now. Um, Here's another. This is a higher price stock, but I think this stock has great upside potential. This is a weekly chart. It looks like it's forming a cup with handle. It's put in a buy signal on the weekly time frame. On the daily time frame, it's made this big swing up, and it's on a sell signal now, but I think that just reflects a counter trend correction. And see these gaps coming off the low here, those are extremely bullish. That means strong demand for this stock. We're coming down right into the gap, and so what I'm expecting here is for this stock to head higher from here. So right now I have my buy stop just above the current bar's highs. And again, I take this day by day, so I could change the way I play this. If it breaks down much farther from here, what I might do is I'll probably still keep trailing it down because I really think this stock's heading higher. It's right now it's trading at $83, but this stock was a $150 stock at one time. So I think it's got good potential to head back up to $150 if the market stays bullish and if the stock stays bullish, which I think it's both are going to happen. Now, basically, I got my buy stop right above the current high here, and if it moves down, I'll probably keep trailing the buy stop down to get a lower price in the stock. And then what I might do is if the action doesn't look the best, if it does something that doesn't look quite right in the next, in the next few days or something, then I might wait for another bulls and bears buy signal before going long. But either way, I'm looking to get into this stock. Now here's Apple. Now this stock we got long at 434. Now look at this on a weekly time frame. This looks like it's breaking out. It's on a buy signal on the weekly, but it's pulling back here. AAPL, Apple, and then it's made this first swing up. We went long right here on this buy signal at like 634. We got long or short. Excuse me. We got out of the stock right at $500 a share. Now it's made a little pullback here, and it's at 480. It's a little hard to read, but it's right around 480 something. And basically, this is, I think, a bull flag, and I'm looking to get back long Apple at the right time. So I'll be keeping an eye on Apple. What I'm trying to do is we got out at a nice profit on this. I'm trying to, if it pulls back down into here, then we might get in at, we got out at $500 a share. We might get in at like 470, and then that'll be a good re-entry price. So I'm hoping kind of Apple trades lower from here. But if it doesn't, if it just heads higher, we will go long on that action too. Now here's another stock. I spent the last 2 days, Friday and Saturday, all I did was look at stocks. So I got tons of stocks lined up for the newsletter. And again, it depends on if the market is bullish and if these stocks do the right thing from here. But here's another stock. This one's trading at $36 a share. You can see we've put in a cup with handle. It's the weekly time frame. On the daily time frame, big gap up here. It's coming down to test the gap. I'm going to be looking to go along this one. I'll probably put a buy stop up here somewhere just above this consolidation high, or I might wait for it to take out the last high and then use this area down here for a stop. Now I only put out like 1 or 2 trades a day. Right now I have 3 out because we're in about 10 stocks in the premium stock newsletter now, and I think we've got the stop at break even on all of them. So what I try to do is I try not to get too much risk going in case the general market does break lower from here. So we're at break even on everything right now, so we can take a few trades. So I have 2 or 3 trades out, the ones I showed you first off on this video, and they might not all get hit. So I really only I'm not going to enter like a bunch of trades here until I see the general market turn up. Right now the general market's in a low correction, so I'm really being cautious here, but I think the general market is going to turn up, so we are still nibbling on a few stocks. And then these stocks I'm showing you, I won't be going long unless, it's a day-by-day thing. But these are stocks I kind of have on my watch list now. Let's see if I can find a couple more here. Oh, here's a good low price one. Now this is one thing about my premium stock newsletter. I do low price stocks and higher price stocks. Because some of these lower price stocks, I was just looking at a stock last night that was $2 a share a few years ago, and it's at $80 a share now. So some people will tell you don't trade the lower price stocks, or they want the stock to be $10 a share, they want the stock to be $15 a share before they buy. And that's fine if that's their strategy, but I have no problem buying the lower price stocks as long as you get the right chart pattern and you get the right stop. If you can just risk the right amount of money, I think and then we can get more shares. And then what we can do on these lower price stocks is we can, if we get out at a profit on half of it, say, then we can hold the rest, and maybe this will turn into a $80 stock someday. Okay, now here is a low price stock. Right now this stock is trading at about $3 a share. You can see this is a weekly chart, cup with handle, breaking out to the upside. Whenever these stocks break out and these bars are green, that is bullish on this track and trade software. Now here again, same stock. This is the daily chart. You can see we had a low pullback, put in a bulls and bears buy, and this one's going up. So this is another one I'm looking at getting long. We would be buying right above this high probably, or right here at this bar's. It's trading at 316, so somewhere around the 320 to 310 area we'd be going long here, depending on action. And again, I can't put out all these trades at once, so that it's like these trades are all so good, these stocks are all so good, I'd like to put them all out at once, but it's just too much risk when you do it that way. So it's just a day-by-day thing. Here's another low price stock for low price stock traders. I got on my watch list. It's making a cup with handle on the weekly time frame. Big move up, pulled down, it's put in a sell signal. I think the sell signal is just a counter trend correction. When this turns around and puts in a buy signal, we're going to go long this one, and this stock is trading right at 323 right now. The last high was around 550 a share, so I'm expecting this to go above this high, 550 and more, and right now it's at $3 a share. Higher price stocks, here's another good one. I get excited when I think of these high price stocks. IBM. Right now IBM's in a big correction, and this is the weekly time frame, excuse me. Weekly time frame. Let's go monthly. Okay, monthly, see, you can see on this chart, uptrend. This is just, I think, a counter trend correction in IBM. And so what we're going to do is, it looks like it's in a big uptrend. This is a counter trend correction. I'm just basically going to wait for buy signal. I take the buy signal on the track and trade software, and I also have different technical things, so I combine all this together. So here's IBM, and I basically think this is coming down into a low here, and the low might be $10 a share lower. That's why, again, I take it day by day, and I don't just buy into this because it's going lower. I just use this to put on my watch list to say this is a major stock. This could be a $300-400 stock someday, and it's in a correction. This is a big stock, and when this turns and puts in a buy signal, we'll be going long. So that's a few stocks I'm looking at. I've got 3 pages of stocks I have notes on this weekend that all look to be ready to put in buy signals. I got big stocks, little stocks, you name it. And if you're interested in the premium stock newsletter, $99 a year is a steal. Most of these newsletters are $99 a month. And I know I keep saying this, but I do have plans on raising the price eventually. But I'm trying to get as many people in at $99 a year as I can, because I mean, it's for the information you get, it's a steal. I have tons of good stocks coming up. The risk on the trades, I usually try to go 10%, 15%. Now, here's one thing on my risk. Sometimes I might put out a stock and I might put, like, say, 15% risk on the just on the stop to start off with, but that's just the maximum stop if the stock collapsed. Usually what I do is I'll put out these stops, and then if I see the trade's not working, I'll move the stop up real quick. Like I watch these day by day, and then if so sometimes it might look like, well, that's just a little bit too big a stop, but usually the reality of it is the stop we actually take on the trade sometimes is more like 5%. Like I might have a stock for $10 a share, and I might put the stop at $8 a share. But if the stock doesn't move our way, I might move the stop up to like $9.50, $9 a share, and then we really only take a lot smaller loss. So but normally the risk on these stops is 10 to 15% on these stocks, and if we if it doesn't look like it's going our way, a lot of times the risk is less than that. I get out at less. And then the other thing I do is I try to move the stop up to break even as soon as possible. So, like I said, right now, almost every stock in the newsletter is at break even. So, I mean, that gives you a lot of flexibility, because we're at basically no risk on these trades, so we can go in and nibble even though the market's in a correction. And then if this market does head higher, I'll be more aggressive on buying. Right now I'm being really careful. I'm only putting out 1 or 2 trades, and then I'll judge the market day by day, and if it turns more bullish, which I think it's going to do, then we'll start buying more stocks. But right now we're just kind of buying as few as possible, or just buying a few just in case the market does turn up. And that's it. That's a wrap. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for listening. And consider the premium stock newsletter. $99 a year is a steal. Thank you, Jim.